नमस्कार दोस्तों, कैसे हो? अभी आपने जो वीडियो देखा, वो देख के आपको ऐसा लगा होगा कि ये किसी बॉलीवुड या हॉलीवुड मूवी की स्टार है। नहीं दोस्तों, मैं तो सिर्फ ये दिखाना चाहता था कि जब विमान हवा में उड़ान करता है, तो किस गति से स्पीड पकड़ता है, उसकी रफ्तार कितनी तेज हो जाती है। आज हम जिस शेयर की बात करने वाले हैं, उसकी कहानी भी कुछ ऐसे ही है। This company launched its IPO on March 8 of this year, 4 months back. IPO का प्राइस था ₹187. The company got listed on March 22. Listing प्राइस था ₹212, ₹201. Today, the stock is trading at around ₹435. ₹435 पे स्टॉक ट्रेड कर रहा है. Almost 2.5 times gains in just 3 months, which is very, very exponential. तो इस कंपनी का नाम है, क्या कहा? आपको नाम सुना ही नहीं दिया? लगता है अभी तक आपने मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया। मजाक कर रहा हूँ दोस्तों, बट humble request to you all to subscribe the channel and like the video. So friends, fasten your seatbelt as we start today's episode on fundamental stock analysis, and the name of the company is Easy Trip Planner Limited. दोस्तों मेरा नाम मिलिंद है, and once again a warm welcome to you all in this episode. Couple of disclaimers before we start. The companies covered in the stock analysis series are by no means a buy or sell recommendation. These videos are created purely for educational purposes, and idea is to present you with the basic facts about the company, its products and services, modes and competitive strength, and quick run through on the company's financials. An investor is further expected to do his or her own research before making a buy or sell decision. An investor should study the annual reports, listen to the con calls, study the credit reports so as to gain better understanding on the company, and this will enable him or her to take an informed decision on the investment. Friends, I have sourced this information from company website by reading the investor presentations and annual reports, by reading the draft red herring prospect that company has filed as a part of the IPO, and research reports from HDFC and ICICI Securities. Easy Trip Planner. In this video, we will talk about the company, its products and services, mode of the company, future growth levers. We will also talk about the company's competitors and challenges and any concerns around the company's management. We will do a quick walkthrough on the company's financials and key ratios. And in the end, we will have a quick summary and we will see if company is worth an investment. So let's talk about the company. Easy Trip Planner Limited commenced its operations in 2008. Its main business is selling the airline tickets, and the revenue contribution from selling airline tickets is around 98%. Its other business includes hotels and holiday packages, which comprises of hotel rooms, cruises, travel insurance, and visa processing. And the other travel services includes bus and train tickets, taxi rentals, etc. The company caters to B2B2C, B2C, and B2E segment. quickly understand what does it means. B2B2C is business to business to consumer. The company makes its platform available to the travel agents so that they can cater to the requirements of end consumer around airline tickets, hotel packages, or other services like taxi rentals, bus train tickets, etc. B2C is business to consumer. The end consumer can log into the company's website and it can avail the services as provided by the company. And B2E is business to enterprise. Company is facilitating the corporates to use its website to cater to the corporate needs on airline tickets, holiday packages, and any other travel service. So these are the three verticals that company operates: B2B to C, B2C, and B2E. It has user-friendly websites www.easymytrip.com and www.easymytrip.in, and it has a mobile app which is enabled both on Android as well as iOS platform, and the app name is EaseMyTrip. Let's talk about the company's model. It is second largest online travel agency in India, and it carries a strong brand equity. It doesn't charge any convenience fee to the customers. In the subsequent slide, I will show you how it benefits to the customer. It has in-house advanced technology and analytics capabilities to understand the various market trends and to keep enhancing its mobile application as well as websites so as to attract more and more consumers. It has a wide distribution network, hybrid platform. As I stated, company has its own website. It also has mobile app and it has the wide distribution network of the travel agents. So it comprises that hybrid platform. It is only profitable online travel agency for last 3 to 4 years. Other big players like Make My Trip or Yatra, they are yet to be profitable. The company registered FY21 operating profit of rupees 88 crore, and this despite of the COVID-led disruptions where the Q1 of FY21 was complete washout. It has almost 1 million app installed by the users and the rating is 4.7 out of 5, which is a way good to rating friends. It has around 52,700 travel agents and almost 1 crore 10 plus million users. It is a zero debt company. It requires minimal capex to expand its business. And as on FY21, it has 242 crore of cash in its balance sheet. It's a cash rich company. And the gross booking revenue has increased at the CAGR of 47% during financial year 28, during financial year 18 to financial year 20. And the growth is completely funded by internal accruals. It is a complete debt-free company. So these are the various modes of the company. Now, as I stated in the previous slide, company doesn't charge any convenience fee to the customer. So let's say a customer wants to book a flight from Mumbai to Delhi and the flight charge is rupees 4,000. He gets some coupon and he gets a 200 discount using that coupon. But the convenience fee is rupees 300. Ultimately, the customer ends up paying rupees 400, rupees 4,100 to book the ticket from Mumbai to Delhi. Now, in Ease My Trip platform, the cost is rupees 4,000. The convenience fee is zero, and the customer gets flight booked at rupees 4,000 only. So this is how the customer benefits by having the no convenience fee strategy of Ease My Trip. And this is the biggest advantage of the company. And it seems that company claims that it is helping to attract more and more customers to the company's platform. Let's talk about the future growth levers. Online travel market in India is expected to double over next 5 years. And by FY21, it is expected to reach to the level of 31 billion US dollars, a 14% CAGR. Increased adoption of internet in under-penetrated segments like hotels, international travel, and bus. At this point of time, the online travel agency contributes only 20% of the revenue, and it is set to grow exponentially. Rising income level, increase in domestic travel, increase in foreign tourists. These obviously will attract more and more customers toward the online travel agency sites, and they will be able to, increase their revenue base as well as profitability. It is investing in technology and product development capabilities. It is adding more and more location. It wants to introduce the language-based services, maybe in the regional languages. Enhanced user experience. This is one of the key factors in today's digital world. User interface experience, the interface that is being exposed to the customer should be user friendly, and it should be able to complete the task just within 3-4 clicks actually. Mobile booking. This is another enhancement that the company is planning. So digital enhancements, digital investment will help company to reach to more and more audience. And the no convenience fee model, as we stated, this is again one of the biggest advantage for the company and could be a big contributor to the future growth levers. Company feels that this model is difficult to be replicated by other competitors because they are running in the loss. It is the only company which is having profits for last 3 to 4 financial years. And it has done a recent tie-up with the Just Dial. And it will be the exclusive service provider for all of the latest flight booking. So friends, these are various growth levers for the company. So friends, with this, we come to the end of part 1 of this video. In the next part, we will talk about the company's competition, some concerns around the management, company's financials and key ratios. And in the end, we will see the summary and we will see if the company is worth an investment. So friends, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video and stay tuned for the second part of this video. Happy investing.